Welcome back to Nullus versus SuperAfim. We're doing the live draft this time around.
Oh yeah. Losers bracket round 1.
Oh, so it's another best of 3 then.
Yep, best of 3.
Thought we were gonna have a best of 5, but I guess not this round. We're gonna have to wait for
this round of the losers bracket.
Yeah. So first map gonna be Anatolia by Nullus. Ghost Lake, SuperAfim.
I'm hoping for some Chinese, man.
Yeah.
Does Super play any Chinese, do you know?
I can imagine him playing. I don't know for sure, but I can definitely see it.
Elysium.
Elysium picked by the PC. That's the way that these map drafts work. Both players pick a map and they ban a map, and then from the remaining pool, the map, in this case Elysium, will be picked by random by the PC. So Nullus' Hades is banned, SuperAfim's Ice is banned. That's pretty much their signature gods, so that makes sense to me. Wow, first pick Ra from SuperAfim. Remember when I said Ra would be picked when you're against someone who plays Norse? See it right here. Nullus definitely prefers playing Norse over other civs. And I think that's why SuperAfim goes for the Ra first pick.
Freyr, very early pick. That's very exciting. I love seeing Freyr. No, Loki gets banned. I like watching Loki.
Yeah, well, Nullus, yeah, he gets
Norse
banned.
Look at that.
Picks Thor instead. Now set banned from SuperAfim. So just targeting down the Norse for Nullus, targeting down the Egypt from SuperAfim. Good Zeus pick from SuperAfim. I like it a lot. Anatolia is played as well, so potentially going to see Frey versus Zeus there. And
There's still time for Chinese picks.
Come on! Cheeky Loki pick from SuperAfim to deny it from Nullus, I think.
Probably,
SuperAfim is a good Loki player too, though, so could be anything.
Well, he's not denying it. He already banned it.
Oh, damn, you're right. Yeah, so, yeah, who knows? Maybe he wants to play Loki then.
I'm looking at it, I think that's their bans, but it's not. Super's bans are over under Nullus.
Yeah. Gaia and Odin in for Nullus. Gaia just a general really good pick. And then, yeah, rounding off.
Come on, one Chinese from Super.
Norse.
Come on. Nope, guess not.
Poseidon, Zeus, Ra, Loki.
I like the picks regardless, but...
Yeah. So Elysium, give me a picks.
Oh, big open map. I don't know. Probably like Loki.
Okay.
Maybe Loki versus Gaia, Odin. I don't know.
My guess is SuperAfim Ra and Nullus.
You think Ra? I want to guess.
Nullus Odin.
I
was about to say Thor.
You're right on one. I'm surprised Thor being played here.
Yes, I am too. Especially because Ghost Lake is there, where I see a lot of people really liking the Thor pick. That's why I went with Odin, because I thought you want to play Norse on this map. It's often a good Norse map, but
he's probably going to say Freyr for Ghost Lake would be my guess.
Yes, either that or Frey on Anatolia is very, very potent too. Either way, Ra versus Thor. Ra versus Thor is like a modern classic in Retold, I feel like.
Yeah. I'm assuming Zeus for Super on Anatolia, right? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much a no-brainer. It could be Loki. Loki's also kind of good on water.
What was that one map called? Is it called Kralager? That's the one that Zeus just had an undefeated streak on? Oh my god. Dude, I'm not joking. I don't think I ever saw Zeus lose on that map. I'm being completely serious.
Oh man, they were
from all the tournaments. He just won. It was just like an auto win.
And it's like if it wasn't Zeus, it was Hades, who played pretty similarly to Zeus, right?
Yeah, Zeus. Those hoplites walking on water, literally, just running around killing everything.
So Anatolia is a bit like Kalauga, obviously, because there's land in the middle, water in the sides, but it plays quite differently to Kalauga. Zeus still good there because it's still Zeus. He's got hoplites, he's got Godzilla, and yeah, it's probably gonna be Zeus. And then I hope to see Frey, Nullus pick Frey, because I think that's a really interesting matchup, and I'm not sure who's the even favorite in it. So I hope we're gonna see that one.
Do you think Ra stays on one base here or goes to 2 early?
I think he goes... It's a good question. SuperAfim is super good in this matchup. He was the one who really popularized Sphinx Spam versus Norse. I think he has a very clear understanding of what to do. Better than me, certainly. Probably 1 TC is my guess.
Okay, I'm excited for that. I'd like to see a Shifting Sands cheese, but we're not going to see that.
No, the issue is when you versus Thor, he's hiding in his base, isn't he?
Yep.
So where are you going to cheese to?
I don't know, just a bunch of the, what do they call it, the scarabs, just have them explode. They need to do more damage when they die. I don't care. Those need to do way more damage when they die.
You wanna actually just position them yourself and just press that delete button and see everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't care. Make it so if they're too strong, then make it so you can't delete them. I don't care. Or have like a delay on the delete. But that poison explosion that happens is so underwhelming. I think they even buffed it once. It's still underwhelming.
It looks cool, and it's something.
It does.
If you have, I think it's something you have to consider. If you have like 20 hoplites surrounding it, right, then it's a bad idea. But other than that, it's not even something you care too much about.
You don't even think about it. Yeah, you kill it. You don't even think about the repercussions of it, and I think you should.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Kind of cool. I mean, I'm not afraid of the scarab as I am of like that behemoth from we just saw. I think the behemoth's stronger. The rock giant's better.
Have you seen an eclipsed scarab? They're really they're dangerous.
Yeah.
You don't see them much.
And also, you get that one relic. What is it? The mythic siege. What's the relic for making the siege stronger? Like the.
Oh, I don't remember the name of it.
There's a relic for that though, but it makes them really good actually. But.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just segment is used not so much for the scarabs, more so for the citadel and for the extra range on turret archers.
Yeah. Classic, minor god. What do you think they're gonna go for?
Yeah, that's the question. So Ra, I think I'm actually gonna say Ta. I know SuperAfim, like I said, he popularized the Sphinx Spam versus Norse, but I'm gonna say Ta still.
For Thor, I mean it's kind of, but
for Thor, I mean it's the standard is to go for Seti, but Freya is also good. I think.
I think Freya, but.
The standard would be to see for Seti versus Best, but I can definitely see a Ta working out for SuperAfim. I'm excited to see what SuperAfim comes up with because he really understands the anti-Norse meta better than most.
Yeah.
And for Nullus, just solid Norse player.
Right.
He probably executes the Thor builder to perfection, and then it's just a matter of if he can keep up with whatever Ra is throwing at him.
Not that we're ever going to get there this tournament, but ultra late game. Who wins?
Yes. I think actually Thor with the with the Exodia, the aforementioned Exodia. I think Thor is exceptional. Wait, actually, Ra can if Ra goes Horus, I would say Ra. If Ra goes Osiris, I would say Thor.
Tornado chickens.
And just the infantry upgrades that you get through Horus. That actually means that you can counter the berserks. Otherwise, make Thor so dominant.
Crunch the numbers for me. What are the odds on a Ragnarok?
Oof. Let me just crunch 1, 2, 1, 2. 5%. I'm giving you a 5%.
Dude, last week we saw such a good Ragnarok. It still didn't work.
Yeah, I cannot go higher than 5%. I'm sorry.
It was a good Ragnarok and it still didn't work. It was so depressing. Oh. Nerfed it too much.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Spawning in the left side of the map, we have SuperAfim playing as Ra.
And in the upper right, we have Keen Nullus gonna be playing as the mighty Thor, God of Hammers.
God of Hammers. Loves his hammers, don't he? All right. So very standard here from SuperAfim. He's already got his he's got his monument down, but he's empowering the granary. That's
I was actually going to ask you. I've talked with other pros, and believe it or not, it's 50-50. I thought it was very well thought that as Ra, you immediately just go for the monument, but a lot of pros, they'll stay on the granary for a longer period of time just to get to the next age a little faster.
It's one of those
the other things, but
it's one of those things that it's so minuscule what the difference actually is, but you'll have different schools of thought on the topic anyways. I'm of the firm belief that you just go on the monument and you you don't, and you just forget about it.
Yeah.
Place the pharaoh on the monument from minute 1, and you just keep him there the rest of the game.
It's very interesting to hear the thought process on it. Some people say getting that next age a little bit faster means a lot more, and then they put the pharaoh on it. I mean, there's 3 different times. Either, like you said, they put it on it right away, or they put it on after the mining camp's done, like we just saw there.
Yeah.
And then some people will actually they'll keep it on the granary until they actually start aging up, then swap over. It's very weird.
And some people will even go to the next level and then place the monument next to the granary, and then they can swap the pharaoh from granary to monument. Like that's
a little over the top for me.
For sure. But either way,
there with my Xbox controller, I'm not going to do that.
No. Like I said, there are different schools, and you can pick whichever one is most to your liking.
I'm good with a controller, but I'm not going to give myself arthritis trying to do that.
Right.
It's unnecessary.
Anyways, just the one monument for SuperAfim still. I think, two villagers on. Wait, he's getting his second monument. I missed it.
Mm-hmm.
So that smells like best play from SuperAfim. The fact that he's got two monuments already now, and he's got 4 additional villagers on gold, tells me he's going to build a temple. Maybe he's even going to go get a 3rd monument. Probably a temple, and then he's going to add a 3rd monument, and even maybe a 4th while he's advancing.
Eco going to be coming in here for Nullus. He's got that early dwarven armory, so he can get those extra dwarves. He's only making dwarves, so that's all. I mean, I don't even think I see pros anymore. Build gatherers is really. They just do the dwarf thing.
Yeah, it's just so much smoother when you actually go for the armory upgrades.
Yeah,
the build order just plays itself almost. Whereas if you build gatherers, like we can build gatherers now from 3 minute onwards. But if you build them in the beginning, you have to move your villages back and forth between resources, and it's just not working out.
Yeah.
So temple now coming in.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's definitely
picture.
Beautiful. Yeah, double temple build here. But
shout out to the cameraman.
It's gonna be best for SuperAfim. Could also be, dude. 2 monument tar is also an option.
I'd like to see that more. I'll be completely honest. I'm sick of Sphinx.
Yeah, it's like with the Sphinx play, you just build a nice mass of units, and then eventually you take a big fight and you say, "All right, here goes."
Here goes.
No.
In the last EGC tournament I watched, I saw a lot of aggro Egyptian play. They'd go up to this next stage and they'd immediately just start building axemen, and then they'd go with their myth unit, their pharaoh, their priest. They'd go in. But I haven't seen that much this tournament.
No, I think SuperAfim is less likely to do that. I think he's more likely to add a 3rd monument and just play a slow game like you mentioned here. But yeah, it's still wide open. Still only 2 monuments.
Yeah, it's going up. Sphinxies.
Actually, the fact that SuperAfim invested into a 2nd priest as well as the priest upgrade is telling me maybe it could be a slower game, or it could be a faster game from SuperAfim. Picks up the relics, goes for the early power spikes. Husbandry coming in for SuperAfim, interesting. There's the keen Nullus with his forward berserk, seeing if he can scout what SuperAfim is up to.
Is that upgrade pre-queued, or is it actually going for Nullus?
It's pre-queued.
Okay, I couldn't tell.
So Nullus is waiting
upgrade.
Nullus is waiting for the 10 favor, which is what he was hoping to get here. He sent that berserk forward to kill deer, but now the Sphinx is chasing the berserk, and it's actually really bad for Nullus. Means that upgrade is going to be delayed, and he's going to lose a bunch of HP on this berserk. Only 4 favor in for Nullus at the moment. He's going to have to kill chicken. He's going to have to do something else because he needs that upgrade, and he needs it as soon as possible. It's so good to have it early because it means your hearses are going to accumulate more favor as the game progresses.
Oh, yeah.
The earlier you have it, the better. Sacred Cats coming in for SuperAfim. 3rd monument is in for him as well. And he's building an armory just for free. Why not? Build it really rapidly with a monument empowerment, and he's getting that 2nd Sphinx upgrade too. So just a standard raw best Sphinx play here from SuperAfim. The thing is with Ra, the go-to strategy has always been this play that SuperAfim is doing here for the longest while. But the monument has been nerfed to the point where the 4th monument now costs 200 resources more than it used to a month ago. So it is likely that we're going to see SuperAfim staying on 3 monuments rather than going for a 4th. And that does in turn mean that he's going to have significantly fewer Sphinxes than he would have otherwise. And that certainly gives some form of opening for Nullus to maybe fend off the Eclipse attack a bit better than he would be able to otherwise. For now, some nice aggression here onto the Great Hall. Nullus don't want to lose this building. 135 wood and building time and just the defensive power of having these buildings. Not something you want to lose here. But it does seem like this Great Hall is about to go down. Nullus finally reacting to it, says, alright, let's fight here. Actually, Eclipse already coming in. Nullus now definitely has to retreat. Losing not a single unit as of yet. He's got a Healing Spring available, so this is all in all not the worst for Nullus. Sure, he may lose a Great Hall, but for the price of an Eclipse, sure he'll take it. So far deciding not to use his Healing Spring just yet. And yeah, the Eclipse is still going, 40 seconds remaining. Eclipse, another thing about Ra that's been nerfed recently. It used to last an additional 15 or 20 seconds more than it does now. But even still, despite being nerfed, it's still lasting a long while. House going down for Nullus now. A tower is about to go down, and when that goes down, surely it's going to be really difficult to defend the houses, Longhouse, the temple surrounding it. We just see SuperAfim continually producing more units. New Sphinx coming in as well. He's making slingers, X-Men, and only a single spear here, so, you know, that's maybe an opening for Nullus. He could make a bunch of raiding cavalry to deal with the X-Men and slingers. But then the issue with the raiding cavalry, as you can probably see here, is that they die to the Sphinx. It's such a hard... The Ra best classical age fighting is so difficult to deal with when you're Norse. Healing Spring finally used. I think SuperAfim is really pushing it right here. He wants to fight over here because he sees Nullus on this gold mine. Now Nullus forced to retreat, sending hearses over there to deal with 3 Sphinxes. That'll be really nice. Not a single dwarf killed, luckily for Nullus, but over here in the main fight there's 3 other Sphinxes. And they're going to town. There's only 1 hearses whacking at the Sphinxes, more going down now, and Nullus actually defending this quite well. Looking like the Sphinxes are going down, they're not really able to deal the damage that they need to. This is so clutch. It's a dangerous situation for... I would say dangerous situation for SuperAfim. He's forced to retreat here. Only 3 Sphinxes remaining. And he's on 3 monuments, so he's not going to be able to replenish these Sphinxes anytime soon. 2 remaining now. The raiding cavalry are doing a tremendous job for Nullus here. Null's numbers are dwindling too while I'm saying all of this. And wow, it's such a clutch fight. Nullus is looking like he's taking it. He needs to stop chasing that Sphinx around, go on the other Sphinx, getting a lot of value in the back there, but nope, it's Nullus who's forcing this Ra army to retreat here. Good job from Nullus. He survives the Eclipse. He survives going to his secondary gold mine, and now he's got a Healing Spring in the back that he can go to. Not only that, he's 44 villagers versus 38 for SuperAfim. And things are looking really, really good for Nullus here. This is not a great army that SuperAfim has got himself here. By the way, Yodesla has disconnected. He's got some PC problems. Wait, he's here.
I'm back.
Welcome back. I was just about to say...
No idea what is going on, to be honest, but yeah, we're back.
Yeah. What you missed was a big fight over the second gold mine and looking like a bit of a back and forth, but in the end, Nullus definitely looked like the victor of the skirmish. Yodesla, are you here?
Yeah, I'm just on the camera. Yeah, I'm here. 1 sec.
All right. Big raid coming in for Nullus. One villager gone down. Sphinxes are here to react, almost taking down a third villager there for SuperAfim. Those raiding cavalry will take damage, but actually no, not even that. They're not even taking damage. Really sick raid here from Nullus. And while this is going on, Nullus is sitting on 1400 gold. Bit of a miss macro, but that is what happens when you're under so much pressure as Nullus has been here. It's not the end of the world. He can easily... Whoa, look at this. Oh, maybe it's not going to amount too much. Nullus maybe trying to get a bit of damage onto these vills, but deciding against it. You should be fighting here, Nullus. You're not winning this confrontation, I think. Nullus losing a lot of units here. He does take down one Sphinx. That's not nearly enough. Well, he takes down two Sphinxes, I guess. Nullus is on 68 favor at the moment. Or he's beginning to amass a nice army of trolls. And that's definitely going to help him out a ton. Trolls are good against Sphinxes. They're good against, obviously, human military units. And it doesn't seem like SuperAfim has got that many priests in his army just yet. There's a good likelihood that the trolls are going to be able to give a lot of value to Nullus here.
That is a tremendous amount of trolls. Like 4 of them already.
It's 4, but there's 60 favor in bank for Nullus. And he's even getting himself iron weapons. Isn't that what they call the second line upgrade for armory? I always forget what they're called, but yeah, Nullus is getting that now. Bronze weapons. The price of these armory upgrades has been reduced in recent patches as well. So this is definitely something that Thor players will like. It means that they can go for those secondary and even third and fourth line of upgrades a bit earlier than they would be able to otherwise. SuperAfim is moving in again. 4 Sphinxes, a bunch of X-Men.
For a big attack.
Some slingers here too. 4 priests there to take care of the trolls, and those priests are going to be hard to take down. This is still looking hard for Nullus. Like this Egyptian army.
The trolls got focused down so quick. The priests are trying.
5 priests here. The trolls are just not doing it just yet. But 2 Sphinxes down, about to be a third. 1 Sphinx remaining, but there's so few military units remaining for Nullus. X-Men against Norse are just so good. The Hersers are just forced to run around chasing
everything.
Oh man, Nullus was so ahead, but somehow the Egyptian army at full population couldn't be dealt with.
What do you think you needed more of there? Just more slinger or more throwing axemen, or?
I think more units.
More units in general.
Yeah. But no, throwing axemen is a good call. If he had like 10 additional throwing axemen in the back, which potentially he could have had, I think he had a lot of economy. That would have definitely made a difference. But yeah, looking at the score now, it's almost equal. And you see the military score, 4,300 resources worth for SuperAfim, 2,400 for Nullus. It's a lot that Nullus has to gain back here. This wall is going down. And when this goes down, Nullus is now forced to retreat with his Dwarven Miners. At least he's got that Dwarven Mine, so he now has an additional 1,000 gold to choose from. But man, Nullus is under a lot of pressure now.
She's just going to pull back for right now. Already did quite a bit of damage.
Yeah. And a big issue for Nullus here is also the fact that he lost all his Hersers. So he has to continually produce Hersers. And when you have to do that, you can almost never afford going to the Heroic Age. So we see Nullus now stuck in the Classical Age producing Hersers and Trolls. Meanwhile, SuperAfim is going Heroic through Sobek. And there will be a Locust Swarm. And there will be Crocodiles. And there will be potentially make little strongholds with Camels. It's going to be hard for Nullus to deal with, man. Really
nice
good surround on
the Sphinx.
Yeah, really, really good. And those raiding cavalry are medium. They have a bunch of armory upgrades. No, I don't think a single raiding cavalry died there. Beautiful play from Nullus. Has to be careful here, though.
Some herdmen now, though. You don't want to do that.
Oh my god. Definitely the overstayed his welcome a bit there. Was a nice kill on the 2 Sphinxes, but now he has to get out.
He's buying a lot of time, too. He's getting more and more eco behind this.
True. He's only got 12 on food, though. Nullus really needs to Oh, he needs so much food. He's got 23 on wood and 25 on gold.
Nice troll hits.
The thing is, if SuperAfim gets camels out now, that's... Oh, look at this.
Oh, big
here.
locust.
It's so big.
That's doing so much damage,
around.
actually.
Oh my god.
God.
Almost all the throwing X-Men dying to that god power there.
That was crazy.
Now Nullus
That's
is
how I
forced
like
to
to see
fight.
locusts get used right there.
Yeah, it's sick. And I don't think Nullus can sustain himself here. He just doesn't have the military numbers. Sphinx gone down. Trolls are going down. And look at this. All the X-Men, Spearmen, and the Slingers. There's so many more numbers for SuperAfim.
30 military now from 80 to 30.
Yeah, and once again, this just cements Nullus. He's in the classical age. He's not going to be escaping anytime soon. And if SuperAfim manages to get a Migdal up, he can start producing camels, and that's going to be extra difficult for Nullus to deal with in the classical age, or any age for that matter.
Yeah, that was insane.
SuperAfim looking mighty strong here. He's down, okay, to be fair, he's down 17 villagers. Now got that second TC, so he can definitely begin to catch up. But yeah, definitely Null's got the better economy, so got that going for himself.
Kind of calm before the storm here. We got some crocodiles with some laser beams on their head.
Yeah, SuperAfim knows about this mining operation, but so far deciding not to really act on it.
Bringing the Sphinx over.
Oh, okay.
Oh, those trolls got some great hits.
Yeah. SuperAfim is taking this trade willingly, though. He's sending in mercenary cavalry to boot. Ooh, the priests are going forward. Bit of a mistake.
Need to kill those priests, and the trolls can actually do some more damage.
But once again, it's just SuperAfim with the swarm.
Yeah.
Nullus being unable to defend against it, and
look at that Sphinx go. It's trying its best.
Doing a good job too.
Trolls survived the priests.
Yeah. The dwarf managing to kill the Sphinx.
Ooh, that's a nice raid.
Yeah, it is. Now it's 63 to 71. The villagers are a lot more equal than they were just a minute ago. And the laser crocodiles are getting a lot of value in here. Mercenary cavalry continually produced as well. They get so much value too.
He's got 4 trolls queued up. Should have been building those earlier.
Yeah.
He wasn't building them during the fight at all.
But look at the dude. 1,000 military resource value versus 4,000 for SuperAfim.
Yeah, that's rough.
Ooh,
There's another Sphinx is here, and those dwarves are already hurting.
Yeah. Like he can continue fighting with the dwarves, but you see
they're all gonna die. Oh man,
that Sphinx whirlwind attack or whatever it's called, it's too much. SuperAfim also doing a great job of walling up, so
one more
putting on the pressure.
A lot of damage.
Ready for it?
Oh,
jeez. It's so rough.
Omni kill.
Yeah. Now SuperAfim 5 villagers ahead over Nullus. These 4 dwarves here with 1 or 2 HP. Definitely taking down the Sphinx there, but SuperAfim has kind of just said, alright, I'm in the driver's seat now, I don't have to do anything.
Just winning. Surprised that's sitting more over to those golds though.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just SuperAfim kind of slowly walling up. He's getting a bunch of upgrades. I guess he doesn't want to
knows about the other gold. He's got his rocket the one, but the other one's mining away happily.
Yeah, true. It doesn't look like it. Like maybe if this is what he sees, if SuperAfim thinks that Nullus has got 6 miners on gold,
yep,
he's thinking to himself, all right, I'm in a great position. But in reality, Nullus has got more, so who knows? Could be not good for
military's double. Nice troll hits though.
Really big. But also, the laser crocodiles are just dealing a lot of damage as the units are retreating for Nullus. It's a slow army. That's a big downside to the trolls. It's how hard it is to retreat with these boys.
It's just so slow.
Yeah.
They're not made to retreat. Oh, nice hits though.
Holy moly!
That was a great hit.
There's one for the highlight reel.
Yeah. These trolls put in some work. Gotta get them to the healing spring.
Oh, there's no time. He's got to defend himself
Nah, he's
now.
gotta fight.
Got to be futile.
And again, Super does not know about that other gold mine. If he gets pushed off the other one, he could get lucky. He could get lucky.
You know, in this map Elysium, you really got to count the gold mines. How many gold mines are on my side? How many gold mines are on my opponent's side? Then you can sort of try not to deduce if there's any gold mines remaining and stuff. Okay, big fight coming in. It's got to be the last fight. Flaming weapons is in for Nullus. There's 4 laser crocodiles in the back.
He doesn't have any heroes to fight the crocodiles. They're taking like no damage, even with flaming weapons.
That's the issue here.
But he is killing everything else.
Battle Boy coming in. Nice special on top of the slingers.
He may have cracked him here, at least for now.
Yep. Definitely a win here for Nullus, and that's huge.
Huge win.
SuperAfim now realizes about the second gold mine, and we'll see what he does. He has himself Rain, which has given him a significant food boost income. It should have at least. Hasn't quite set up that many farms, actually. But for the next Rain, which is really soon in playing around, it's going to be an even better one. When that happens, you can definitely start a trade route. You can go mythic, you can start making camels, whatever it is you want. It's a nice win here for Nullus, but it's going to be hard to capitalize on it.
He's already catching back up in military.
Yeah. Yeah, and like this army from Nullus, the raiding cavalry, the medium raiding cavalry, these are not prime units. These are not units that you use to run over an Egyptian army at all. See Godi in finally. The Godi are countered by the slingers, as you can probably see here. Slingers counter throwing X-Men and Godi, and this is so bad for Nullus here. It's a rough spot for Nullus to be in. What do you even build against that? You've got Crate.
You got maybe a Seer and try to sneak him around to the back. I don't know.
Yes, Cursors for sure. When there's no X-Men, it's gotta be the answer. But you know there are still X-Men in the mix time to time from SuperAfim. It's rough. When you're on the back foot as Norse versus Egyptian, it's so rough.
I'm confused. With the ability to make a 1 or 2 Sphinx here and there, why has he not sent them over to those golds more? It's just they're exposed.
Yeah, true. He probably should have, but
I think Null's hitting the gold in the top as well. There, I see that he's hitting the top gold.
Ooh, what's that? His raiding cavalry army.
Yep, look at that.
Oh my god, really good raids from Nullus. He's kind of allowing him to do really well in this fight, actually, even forcing out a lot of mercenary cavalry. Once again, forced to retreat here. Nullus is on 76 villagers versus 91 for SuperAfim. Once again, great raid. Even on the farmers right next to them.
They're going to get caught by those herdmen, though.
Ooh, he could even, if you could convert some of these dwarves to berserks, he could
send them down.
He would make a really good raid there. During a big fight, had he done that, wow, he would be in a great spot. But now things are slowing down again. Nullus has his entire army in one spot. And SuperAfim has his army in one spot soon again. This is generally nice. If you're playing Egyptian and you're going just head-to-head, 2 big armies, this is kind of what you want as Egyptian. Let's see here.
Here we go, another huge attack.
Laser crocodiles in the back, sniping.
Godi gotta get on top of him. He's trying.
He's trying his best. 2
Takes
down,
out the
1 to
might be able to win the fight.
Lots of throwing X-Men hitting against the spearmen. Like, a bunch of nice units here, Nullus. Finally, the 3rd crocodile is going down. He finally
gets them all. And here comes a battle boar. I don't see any priests in there. There's one. It just died. Well, he had one. It's dead. That battle boar. Oh, no, there's more. I'm sorry.
3.
They were hidden. I didn't see those in there. They were hidden.
Dude, Nullus is all right here. He's kind of keeping up.
Yeah, his throwing action are putting in work.
Yeah, they are. The one thing he has real difficulty dealing with is the back line. Slingers, the priests, and the crocodiles.
Well, the Godi are tanking pretty good.
Yeah, true. Except for the slingers, they really just go down really quick. SuperAfim starts to micro them. But we see, if we begin to see Huskarls move coming in from Nullus as well, that would be really huge.
A little raid down there.
Wait, that's the raid I was talking about. He finally did. He moved his entire gold operation down there, and in the process, he converted a few of them into berserks.
Very nice. He's gonna wall it up now too.
It's good.
Oh, we're sending Axeman around the back.
SuperAfim,
no.
really good reaction here from SuperAfim. And this is gonna
You think Nullus is gonna turn them all into berserks? What's he gonna do?
Oh, that would be a good play, honestly. Yeah, he's got. I don't know. Does he have the resort? Maybe. I think that's the play to make for Nullus. This gold mine barely has any gold left in it, so
I know.
honestly,
maybe just leave or turn them into berserks. Either one.
Yeah. Such a clutch situation. What's the gold mine situation in the top gold is what I want to see. That one's got a bunch of it. Nullus is winning the big fight here. Elephant's a good choice. There's no Herdman in for Nullus, so he's going to have to add that into his mix. That gold mine is depleting really soon as well. What about the other ones for SuperAfim? Gone. Almost gone. And then the left one, is it gone? The one to the way. Yeah, it's gone. Damn. So SuperAfim is trying to set up a trade route now, realizing he needs gold. So the only way he can do that is by setting up a trade route. But it's so slow. He's only got one villager there.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's going to take a while. And dude, Thor in a situation like this with the dwarven mine,
free gold is crazy
this
good.
is where it comes into. This is so beautiful for Thor. This is another thing when you ask who's good, really good late game. Like we're definitely in the late game stage now, and being able to cast dwarven mine like this before having to set up a trade route is so big. It means you can delay how long it takes for you to start producing those expensive caravans. Good raid there from SuperAfim.
Oh yeah.
But dude, SuperAfim's struggling. He's got one gold miner at the moment, 400 gold in bank, and he's just slowly building a trade route. And even when he gets it, it's still a shitty trade route, to be honest. It's a very short one.
Far.
Well, he's making a new one now, realizing he needs a good one.
Yeah, that's gonna go up to the top TC for sure.
Yeah. Slightly better than the other one, but still not great. But that's outside of SuperAfim's power, obviously.
Nullus is, I mean, yeah, he's not. There's too many herdmen there. You can't stop that right now. Ooh, big attack in the middle.
Yeah, I don't know what happened here, but Nullus is falling behind big in the big fight
big time. Militarily, it's still very equal. Just it's not here. There it is.
There they all are. Bunch of chariot archers here, so definitely need a lot of hostiles if you're Nullus.
Nice takedown on the fortress. A strong hold.
Actually, are you seeing this? We're 29 minutes into this game, and neither player has gone mythic. It's actually rare.
They couldn't have. Neither one could afford to do it. It's been.
Yeah, so much chaos. Actually, cheer coming in for Nullus as I said this, but still nice to see an extended heroic age fight. They're so rare in Retold, but when they happen, it's always good to see. And another thing to consider, when Nullus hits Mythic Age, his Dwarven Mine is going to be 6,000 gold.
So much gold.
But at the same time, 150 favor to recast at this stage because he's used it so much. Yeah. You can maybe realistically do it once more in this game, but then after that, not really. So he's going to have to establish a trade route himself.
2,200 wood in the bank. It's going up.
Oh my. That's all the gold miners. They had nothing left to do because there's no gold left, so just, I'll put them on wood. That also
we actually have Mythic coming in. Oh boy.
The Fimbulwinter's gonna... Dude, and the thing about Fimbulwinter is it's really good versus trade route. It hits the caravans as they're moving, and you can...
And the wolves got buffed too. Not from the Fimbulwinter, but the Fenrir.
Yeah.
Earlier,
and
they got buffed.
When you use the ring, the town center bell button, it actually doesn't do anything for caravans, so they're still exposed. It's it's so annoying to deal with the Fimbulwinter when you have a caravan trade route. I think it's gonna hit hard. See the spawns inside. This is obviously a big fight here for Nullus. He's gonna win that. But let's see if the Fimbulwinter spawns maybe inside of in space.
Oh yeah.
Really good one there. See, they're taking down the caravans.
Trade.
They're taking down the caravans. It's so bad for Fim. He desperately needed those caravans, and not only is he losing those, he's losing the big fight here as well. Call of Valhalla coming in for Nullus, making his berserks a lot better and giving him a lot of favor in the process.
That was so good for him.
Such a good attack from Nullus. Such a
Just got Osiris pre-queued. That's not happening.
no. Yeah, he's struggling for food now too because of the Fimbulwinter hitting the
Why does he
farm
sell that
duration.
wood?
Yeah, he should. I'm pretty sure he's already sold so much wood that he only gets 24.
Well, what's he gonna use 6,000 for? Might as well sell it anyway.
That's true. That's true. He should. Yeah, he gets 24 if he sells it. And yeah, the wolf buff that you talked about could actually come into play here for Nullus if you wanted to. I think he's probably gonna more likely to spend his favor on a gold mine again.
Mm-hmm.
Big attack here from Nullus. SuperAfim at 134 population. He's having such a hard time replenishing his army while establishing a trade route, while rebuilding his farming economy, which was all of a sudden crashed during the Fimbulwinter.
And there it is.
Damn, what a game. What a back and forth game. This really went back and forth a lot of times.
It really did.
Even like a minute before this game, it was hard to tell where it went, but the Fimbulwinter cemented it for Nullus.
That was he just pushed as soon as he did that, and it was so strong.
Dude, the Dwarven mine, the Dwarven gold mine, the Thor Archaic Age Godpower is so strong in a game like this. 400 plus 400 units killed from both sides. 54 villagers for Nullus, only 29 for Efim.
Those raids definitely paid off.
Yeah, especially mid-game during the big fights. So that's the first eclipse. It was a bit of a weird preemptive eclipse. I think he should have held it here, to be honest. I don't think he got enough value out of this first eclipse.
Yeah, it's not a lot done.
Sphinxes are running around trying to get something done, but they can't quite manage. Here's the fight. You didn't quite catch this, but the big fight where Nullus really made a bit of a comeback. He actually killed a lot of Sphinxes here. He's chasing these Sphinxes around there, and then once he's done with that, he moves over into the big fight with the other 3 Sphinxes, and yeah, this is where SuperAfim started to slowly lose the game.
Mm-hmm.
Although he made several comebacks, and he yeah.
It's a long heroic age game. One of the longest heroic age games I've seen.
Yeah, truly.
There's a lot of decent raids. I feel like Super definitely could have done some more raids on the gold, but just didn't do it.
He was a bit of a blunder from Null. I think he overstayed his welcome quite a bit here. Lost a bunch of units that he shouldn't have lost.
Mm-hmm.
This gave SuperAfim a bit of a way back into the game after he lost an important fight earlier. Like, he lost all the raiding cavalry here. Well, he did kill 2 Sphinxes. Yeah. It's always hard to assess the value of those. So many points in this game where SuperAfim just swarmed Nullus, and Nullus couldn't seem to keep up. Like here. Trying to get value out of the trolls, but they're being targeted down by the priests. The Sphinxes just running around. Difficult for the hearses to keep up with.
This seemed to go really well for Super here.
Yeah, so many of these fights just went really well for him. But dude, I think what made Nullus get the comeback was the fact that he had more gold to mine than SuperAfim. This game, in the end, was not decided by fights, skirmishes, prolonged fights, or anything like that.
Gold.
It was decided by, which
that was a great Locust.
This was so insane. The Locust just following the throwing action around. Yeah, and he won that fight big afterwards as well. The Locust Swarm and the Egyptian Barracks Swarm. Looking back, it's actually surprising that SuperAfim lost here because it seems like he's winning the big fights continually. And even here, once the crocodile starts coming in,
I remember he went in and pushed that stronghold at one point and took it down. He's
yeah,
doing so good.
yep. But yeah, you're probably right. He should have hit these gold mines a lot more than he did.
Oh, those are good troll hits.
There's a bunch in this game, actually.
I wonder if you highlighted the one part where those two trolls turned around and just killed a bunch. Remember that?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see it. Sure we will. Yeah, dude, when this was happening, I thought Nullus was done for. When
Dude,
you're
Super
using
was
your
just playing so good right here, and then it just kind of fell apart later.
yeah, Nullus like forced to use dwarves to take down sphinxes. Like that's a terrible situation to be in. That crocodile. I don't know these mercenary cavalry if they're a good addition by SuperAfim, especially
Well,
in hindsight. Consider
yeah,
how
because of the gold issue later.
yeah, like consider that. Had he not built that many mercenary cavalry, wouldn't he be in a much better spot this game?
Oh, for sure, without a doubt. Oh, the Sphinx was putting in work too. I wish we'd have brought like one or two more Sphinx or just any like he could have killed so much.
Yeah, definitely.
He just like after he lost the Sphinx over there, he just kind of let him mine. And then of course he never solved the other gold mine.
Look at the troll special.
Oh, here, this is it right here. He's gonna kill that troll, and the other two are gonna turn around and go bop. And oh, the slow-mo. Nice.
Very good. The flaming weapons, which Nullus won. Enough replays for today.
Very
in
awesome.
That game, anyways. What an awesome game! It's like you both mentioned, such a long heroic age fight. So rare to see.
Zeus on Anatolia. Who would have guessed?
Yay! Frey versus Zeus on Anatolia is exactly what I wanted. So yeah, we're just about to start the game actually, but I guess I'll talk more about the matchup when we get in game. Either way, this is an exciting matchup. I'm not sure who's actually favored here. I've had a lot of success with Frey versus Greeks here, but at the highest level, in tournament play, when both players are doing their absolute best to win the game, I'm not sure how it goes, but very excited to see it.
Yeah, lightning storm versus a giant exploding fire wolf.
Yes.
Oh, we're jumping in already. Nice.
All right, spawning in the top side of the map, we've got SuperAfim playing as Zeus.
And in the bottom left, we've got King Nullus going to be playing as Freyr. This is Anatolia.
Oh, poor Nullus. This is so bad when you start this like this. You have to move that extra inch or two from your town center and can really screw up your early build, but you can work your way. You can work your way around it for sure, but it's just so annoying to have to deal with.
And it looks like we got a southern dock versus a northern dock.
Interesting. So yeah, with Frey, you obviously get the cheaper economic upgrades. So if you are really good at making build orders and you're really good at executing them, even in a tournament game under a lot of pressure, you can get those eco upgrades out really early despite playing on water. So it's gonna be interesting to see what Nullus does. Looks like he's scouting the right side of the water to see maybe what is this? Sometimes you can do with Norse in particular, just keep scouting the side of the water where you build your dock. And then if you don't see an opponent dock, you can just build a new one on your opponent's side of that water. It can be a really clutch play, but Nullus deciding against it. It's looking to build one on the other side instead.
That's a little bit of both. Getting some goats in the process. And yeah, they're both just kind of sitting on food. It looks like only single dock right now for both players, but I'm assuming that Super's going to be going for the north here. I'm not sure, though. Like, he might go for a second dock on north, might go for another dock on the south, just like Nullus will probably do a little bit of both.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be both sides for both of these players. The standard approach is not wanting to do anything too weird in a tournament play. Lots of stakes here. Both wanting to win this game, obviously. So
Yeah, it looks
don't
like
want to
Super's
do.
going to go to the right side there too. So they're both going to build on each side.
Yeah. And the thing is, if you build a dock too early, sure, you can afford it sometimes, but then you won't be able to produce fishing boats from both docks, so it doesn't really
Exactly.
make sense. I think now is pretty much a good time to do it. I like what Nullus is doing here, by the way. He's building this dock forward, and then whichever next docks he decides to build on the left side, he can build behind it.
Exactly.
This one that's building here is the one that's going to be exposed, so it's just nice to get that down before there's any pressure there.
So we're going to see a bunch of hoplites. What is Nullus going to do you think?
Well, what I like to do is get my Bastion in my home base playing as Frey, and then I want to get out maybe 2 longhouses early on, and then if I do see a bunch of hoplites, I need to get some berserks and throwing axemen in there, as well as hearses, of course. So pretty much play reactively as Frey is what I'm saying. You want to see out your opponent. What are they doing? And then you want to be quick either to react to whatever they're doing.
Okay, hear me out. You get a bunch of berserks and some Hesir, and you run them to your opponent's first dock, and you put on a Bastion.
Ooh, that's a funky play. I don't know. These bastions actually deal a bunch of extra damage to boats, so there is definitely some legitimacy. There's some legitimacy to that kind of play. The issue is you're versus Zeus. They're gonna making Scylla.
Oh, that's right. They're gonna
boats.
run that Bastion over.
Yeah. Well, that too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. So definitely a play that can backfire.
Yeah, thank you, Maiden. It is a good idea.
Yeah, I'm sure Maiden likes that kind of play. I think if you remember Highland, right, from the early days, I think on a map like Highland, it would make even more sense to do it. Because the water is more shallow, and you can even take over the middle of the map anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a sick play.
Looks like Zeus is aging up. Nullus not going up yet. Nope, just clicked it. Okay.
Getting both eco upgrades as well, so it'll be well set. And already 2 docks on the left side, and it's looking like he's already building a second over on the right side. So Nullus definitely looking very solid here. And like I said, I like to do with Frey. It seems like Nullus is pretty much approaching the game similarly, getting the docks up, just being there, able to react quickly to whatever it is SuperAfim throws at.
More and more fishing ships. And I think they're both going to keep fighting on the water on both sides. Will they fight on one side and kind of give up one side? What do you think they're going to do?
I think one player is going to win one side and the other player is going to win the other side.
Okay.
Kind of like a gentleman's agreement.
Are they going to think they're going to skip classical and go straight to heroic here? What do you think the plan is?
I hope we see a fast mythic from Nullus with Nidhogg.
Super looks like he's already saving up for heroic.
Ooh, well, in that case, it actually might be that SuperAfim wants to go really heavy on water with Scylla spam on both sides. That can be interesting, because it can be really difficult for Nullus to defend that. One thing you got to keep in mind is with Frey, technologies are obviously half-priced, but that means that the heroic fleet that makes your boat deal extra damage to myth units is also half-priced.
Yeah, I agree with Maiden. We don't want Nidhogg, we want Inferno.
Really, Maiden? I love the fast mythic through hell on this map.
We want to see a giant exploding wolf kill everything. Can that be used on water? I don't know if I've ever seen it. Is it going to be used on ships?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if
Can it just walk on water and explode?
I don't know if it's a water walking dog or not.
Fire on top of water. I don't know how well that works, but
I saw a screenshot of a bunch of fire giants that got frosted during Tempest today. So that can happen. You know, lava giants can be frosted. So I can see dogs running on water, yeah. So we see heroic fleet in for Nullus, and that's definitely going to help him out as this game progresses. Nice little hill by SuperAfim. And the super defensive hill fort. I do love that on Retold, yeah. Dionysus already in for SuperAfim.
Yeah, it's already halfway done.
And Dionysus on water usually means that you're going to see a bunch of hoplites with maybe some peltast mixed in. and maybe even extra Hydras mixed in, and then you're going to see a huge restoration plus bronze attack. So maybe we'll see that from SuperAfim here.
Maybe that's the plan.
The thing is, like, bronze and restoration is a ridiculously good combination of god powers.
So good.
We saw that you mentioned Kalauger earlier, so you've you've seen that on that map. It was so good there. But yeah, this is Anatolia. 6,000 gold in your home base versus just 3,000 on Kalauger, so the maps play out very differently. Nullus honestly should just delete that boat instead of giving
stop letting it get hits.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Ooh, this is looking great for SuperAfim. He's getting so much value from the water dinos.
The water dinos. Yes.
It's looking like SuperAfim is doing what I said, just wanting to win both sides of water with Silas. Got 2 on the right side, and I don't know, maybe just 1 on the top. Either way.
Okay, the Kraken's here. Let's go.
Kraken is there. The hammer ship is there.
Oh, no! Kill it.
But this army is still good from Nullus. Remember, these 2 arrow boats have the heroic fleet, so they deal a bunch of extra
that's
damage.
right.
1 Hydra down, 1 Scylla down. And this one is going down too. It's only got 1 head right now. It takes a while to kill this hammer boat.
Yep.
Not good for SuperAfim. I think he was he's gonna hoping for a lot more value from them. Happening here.
You try to run, you can't go. Oh, Kraken's out!
New Kraken out.
Scylla though.
Yes. Oh, dude, SuperAfim's plan of winning both sides of water is not working out at all.
No, it's not.
So I think we should look at SuperAfim's land army now. What is he amassing? Because the plan of winning water is gone, so
it's falling apart.
He's doing this instead now. It's really falling apart for SuperAfim. I think he overestimated Scylla and he underestimated the heroic fleet.
Yep. A lot of people don't get that heroic fleet upgrade. It's really good.
Dude, it's so good. It is actually really good. And with Frey in particular, where it's just super cheap, yeah.
What does he have on the ground to fight against this?
He's got a bunch. He's got a bunch of hoplites. He's making the restoration bronze attack happen inevitably.
What happened to the land guy, the land Scylla?
The Hydra?
Yeah, what happened to that guy?
It's a good question. I don't know. Tempest used.
I feel like he's just gonna run out of that.
Yeah, that's not gonna be the highest value Tempest at all. And that's really good for SuperAfim because that means that when the big attack comes in, there's not gonna be a Tempest to sort of try to counteract some of the value there. But then good value here actually for Nullus. Anything to kill a bunch of units still.
That was a little underwhelming, but still got to push all the way through. He's doubled up in military. He's destroying on the water with the Kraken. Look at that thing go.
It's so good. Nullus is the one who's winning both sides of water now. How crazy is that?
Yeah, Nullus is dominating right now.
Yeah, but then he's losing on land to all the Peltests coming out now.
Yep.
Very important versus the throwing.
Remember,
X-Men.
bronze and restoration still in his pocket here.
Yep. Also, Ghouling Bursty available for Nullus, so if you can grab a middle town center over on the left side, maybe, that would be huge for him.
Oh my god.
See a new rock giant being produced by Nullus. He's getting armory upgrades. He's really dominating the top side of the water, and he's about to dominate the right side as well. Wow. SuperAfim really overestimated the power of Scylla here. He should have added siege boats to take down the arrow boats, and then he could have made the play that he did. But without it, Scylla are just too fragile. Big fight coming in here. Lots of microing to be done by SuperAfim. Needs those pill test on top of the throwing X-Men, and looks like he's actually forcing Nullus to retreat here. I don't know what happened to the first Hydra, if that's the one, or if this is a new one that SuperAfim made. I think it's a new one that he made. I think he may have just lost the first one. A bit silly. But yeah, Nullus taking control of...
Yeah, he's got it.
Nullus is sitting on 18 fishing boats versus 0 for Afim. So Afim, this is good for him that this is happening.
He has to win like the ground fight. Like now, he's just gonna get out
Yeah.
eco'd so hard.
For sure. And he has to get goal control. He has to take down all of these production buildings and find a way to still keep up in economy despite being down 18 fishing boats.
I mean, all I can really do is just try to do a really, really strong land fight. But that's nice bronze. Plus resto.
It's the bronze resto. I don't know
But
if
he's
this
just gonna
is
run
enough.
out.
He's
Yeah,
just gonna
he's
run
gonna
away.
out.
And what does he get? He gets to take down some forward buildings here. Also, he's just gonna rebuild, I think.
Yeah. He's picking off a lot as he runs. But
Yeah.
he's still
Hydra, the
behind
Peltest.
in the military lead.
Oh, that's true.
Hydra's putting in work.
The bronze Hydra, such a force
Yep.
to be reckoned with.
It's actually doing a lot.
Yeah.
Surprised it doesn't have a third head yet.
There's a lot of throwing X-Men in the background here. They're being targeted down by the Peltest, though. SuperAfim
Yep.
microing extremely well at the moment.
Third head on the Hydra.
Null is having such a hard time with this Hydra. What does he even do
Four
here?
heads on the Hydra.
Does
Oh my
SuperAfim
God.
have the upgrade for the Hydra so it regenerates?
That would be amazing if he did.
Sonic rituals? No, not just yet.
No.
He needs
It
it.
deserves it, though. That thing's a monster.
That thing deserves everything he can throw at it.
Too bad it's 80 pop now to 20. The Hydra can only do so much.
It's a one-man army.
He gave it everything he had. Oh. Nora. Nullus
Damn.
OP.
Well played, Nullus. That actually cements it. Nullus takes it.
Yeah, he
2-0.
got, he got it 2-0.
Damn, well played by the
GG
Russian
to both players.
prodigy. Yeah, well played both.
I just want to say, Zeus just lost there.
This is, yeah, like I said, Zeus has dominated on water for so long, but especially on Anatolia and on the ladder, seems like Norse has just slowly become very favorable on these water maps, and we saw it here. Like SuperAfim, he didn't play particularly bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think he maybe overestimated the value of Scylla. Should have definitely brought some support for them, but otherwise, it's just Nullus doing a nice prey gameplay on Anatolia. Like, look at this. I don't know if this fight in particular, but some of these water fights, if there's just, here, just get a siege boat out, and those Scylla will be so much better.
Yeah. Would have helped a
It-
lot.
Yeah. This Tempest looked like it didn't do much, but I think in the end, Nullus
It did
actually
push him
did.
back.
Yeah, and I think he also killed a bunch of units, actually. Because
into that
during the
choke.
Tempest, a lot of them froze, and then the throwing axe.
He walked back into the Tempest, though. That was weird. He
Yeah,
was out, and then
maybe.
he came back in and lost a bunch for no reason.
Either way, not a great value Tempest, but some value still. Yeah, and here where SuperAfim, he was really banking on winning both sides of water, and in the end, he's the one who lost both. So dire. Now he's putting on the big aggression. Nullus. Honestly, Nullus could have sat back here. If you win both sides of water, there's no reason to take a fight out here in the open. Probably better to build a hill fort, get some extra production down
He
or
felt
something.
comfortable, I think.
Yeah, I guess. Got so many throwing X-Men. Fighting in a nice location here, Nullus.
Yeah, unfortunately, that resto, he used it, but then Nullus is just gone. Maybe
Yeah.
he should have like kind of tried to get behind him so he couldn't really escape first, then used it, but no.
Yeah, maybe held it for a bit longer, or I don't know. Maybe fought at the gold mine to the left. To be fair, it's a great large gold mine for Nullus over on the left side. You can barely see it on the screen here.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a ridiculously good gold mine on Anatolia.
The Hydra gave it everything it had. It really did.
Yeah. The lone
The
dinosaur,
MVP.
last remaining of its kind.
Yep. He just
No,
gets surrounded.
SuperAfim did such a good job with his Peltest actually targeting down the throwing
Mhm.
X-Men. But in the end, this is defender's advantage for Nullus. Every raiding cavalry that gets out are just immediately on top of the Peltest, and that's not a great spot to be in. Yeah, not a single hero here for Nullus, but still, Dino goes down.
Numbers are too much.
Well played to Nullus. Played to SuperAfim as well.
Sure. Really good job.
Hydra one-shotting every unit. So menacing.
I love that Hydra, man.
Dude, even when you get a 5-headed Hydra, they can even take down Hersers. It's so...
Oh, man, the Fire Hydra could kill anything.
Yeah. Such a brutal unit.
Give me a couple of them, I'll fight a Titan.
You get that, you can even get, dude, when you go Hera, you can get, I don't remember what it's called, but a Mythian upgrade where it's attacking, I think, 33% faster or something.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have
there's also a relic
rights
for that too, I think, or something.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Mythian relics you can put on top of it. You can get a real one-man army going.
Yeah. Okay, maybe so it can heal itself. Gotta get that upgrade too.